my god. I literally just like want to cry. Like, planning a wedding is actually one of the harder things I've ever done in my life. And the reverse culture shock I experienced was so insane. It's Kimber and welcome back to my channel where I talk about working and living here in Japan. And let me just give a huge welcome back. If you're subscribed to this channel, you know that I have not recently been posting like a lot of content to my channel, and I will explain a lot of that because today is going to be a life update about what's been going on with me recently and why I haven't been as active on the channel. So if you do subscribe to this channel and you watch my videos, thank you so much for supporting me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being patient with me. I do really care for my channel, but life is life and it does get challenging at times. It's just been so busy, so I kind of put YouTube on the back burner while I was taking care of more important things in my life at the moment. And I'm so happy we had our wedding, but also kind of relieved that it's over because now I can focus on other things that I've wanted to be focusing on, like YouTube, for example. So I'm happy to get back into the swing of things. I want this video to be a little more than just like a life update. I want to keep it related, you know, back to Japan. So I will talk about our wedding just briefly, and then I will talk about going back to the US. And I had some major reverse culture shock when I went back to the US this previous time. So right now I'm just going to talk a little bit about like our experience with the wedding in Hawaii and why I haven't been on YouTube. If you're not here for that, if you're not interested in that, go ahead and fast forward just a little bit. I'm going to be also talking about our reverse culture shock going into the US. So yep, go ahead and feel free to do that now, because right now I'm going to be talking about our wedding and our experience in Hawaii. So recently, about like a year and a half ago, I got married to my husband, Rick. Here's a picture of us. So how it goes in Japan is you get married in like a courthouse setting before you have a wedding. If you want to see some of that, you can see that in the video here. I'll try my best to link it. If it's not, I'm very sorry. But so we got married. We were in Osaka. We went to the city hall office. We had made an appointment. They read over some documents with us. They checked our documents, like our passports and stuff like that. We signed a paper and then we were both married in Japan. Very anticlimactic. We didn't have like a wedding or anything like that. We did go on a small celebration, but we didn't have like a big wedding with all of our friends and our family. Usually what's custom in Japan is a year later you have like a wedding celebration. So for the past year, Rick and I have been putting together our dream wedding. We had to go through all of the cultural differences that go into putting a wedding when you are both from different cultural backgrounds. And planning a wedding is literally all fun and games, and then things just get crazy. There's so much more that goes into a wedding than I would have ever imagined. Like, planning a wedding is actually one of the harder things I've ever done in my life because there was a lot of considerations that Rick and I had to make. I'm not going to go into detail about that, but if you would like to hear more about that kind of side of like wedding planning, let me know in the comments. If more people want to know about that, I will consider making a video kind of talking about what it's like to plan a intercultural wedding for Japanese and American couples. But in the end, like in the long run, the wedding was so beautiful. I literally just like want to cry just thinking about how great our wedding turned out. It was just like a whole day. We started the day taking photos, and then we were together like the whole morning, and then we met for the ceremony. We took more pictures, and then before we knew it, it was time for the ceremony. The ceremony was beautiful. I don't know how else to explain it, but like emotions ran high for the entire ceremony basically. As soon as I got into the ceremony, Rick started crying, I started crying. I'm looking into like the pews, my like family and friends, his family and his friends are like crying. We're reading our vows, and like Rick is having a hard time holding back back tears. I'm having a hard time holding back tears until like that moment when like we finally share like our first kiss. After like all the planning and everything was said and done, it was really a sweet and great memory that I will hold and cherish for like the rest of my life. And the reception, oh my god, like that was so much better than I had also expected it to be. It was really just like one great big fun party for both of our sides of the family to like get together and have a good time. So we started off with our first dance, and then we like took pictures with everyone, like our cake cutting and everything like that. And then the party really started and people came out on the dance floor and they started dancing, and I was taken away. Like in Japanese weddings at the reception, people don't really do like a lot of dancing. So I was not expecting anyone on Rick's side to get out on the dance floor and like do anything, but oh my god, they had a great time. Like they were dancing, there were pyramids, like people were getting on other people's shoulders. It was a great time, honestly. Like yeah, it was just a great time. And then after the wedding, we had our honeymoon in Hawaii. We went to Diamond Head, we went to Sandbar. We just had a great time in Hawaii. It was beautiful. I loved it. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So reverse culture shocks. I just want to start off by saying that for Rick and I both, it's just so nice to like visit home every once in a while. You know, just like even though Hawaii isn't my home, like I wasn't born and raised in Hawaii, I was born and raised in Arizona. It's just so nice to get back to the US in general. Like I feel so refreshed. I feel so much happier after like visiting my home after a really long time. And I think it's the same for Rick as well. He spent a large amount of time in the US and he's very Americanized now. So I feel like a part of him also feels like the US is his home. So for him and I both, going back is just such a nice, good, refreshing experience. But I've been in Japan, I think now for like 3.5 years. So I've been here for a decent amount of time, and the reverse culture shock I experienced in Hawaii was so insane. I never thought I could experience reverse culture shock, but actually there was a couple of things that I was like, oh my god, like this is so different, you know? So I kind of want to talk about that just a little more, and there's going to be 3 different things that I want to talk about. So firstly, I had major reverse culture shock with something super obvious: the portion sizes, food and drinks and candy and snacks. The portion size is insane, like insane. Like there was a couple of times we got like drinks, we got food, and I have to take a second and I have to look at it and I'm just like, holy crap, like holy crap. I cannot believe like the size of some drinks, like the size of some foods. It genuinely blows my mind. There was this one time in Hawaii, Rick and I ordered coffees, and there was only one size coffee. Like there was no small, no medium, no large. And I'm thinking, okay, like we've been in Japan for a while. Like usually if it's one size, the drink's gonna be about like yay high, yay thick. This drink was massive. It was like this big, this wide. It was an iced coffee. We asked for sugar. It was sweet. It was so sweet. Like I was shocked. And I know this probably seems so crazy. Like if you're in America and you're watching me talk about this, you're like, girl, it's just a drink. Living in Japan has really given me a new perspective on like sizing of like food that is appropriate for like what one person can generally eat. So I just thought that was crazy. Like the food sizes in comparison to Japan, they are just mind-blowingly different. And not that it's a bad thing or like a good thing. It's just shocking. Like I do like that in the US you can get bigger portion size because you get more like bang for your buck. You can get more food for like less money in comparison to Japan, but also like who needs that amount of food, you know? So it's not good, it's not bad, it's just like, oh my god, you know, just shocking. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. The second thing is toilets. I never thought toilets would be like a culture shock for me, but this is kind of like a 2-in-1 culture shock. It's the way that I refer to it and the way that toilets look. Let me build up to it. Okay, so in Japan, toilet is toire. It's in katakana, toire. It's literally toilet, but toire. And so in Japan, when you're referring to the toilet, you're technically referring to like a restroom or a bathroom. And yeah, I was in Hawaii and I was with my sister and I was like, oh my gosh, where's the toilet? I need to go. Where's the toilet? She turns and she looks at me and she's like, do you mean the restroom? And that's when it hit me. I was like, it's not normal in the US to like call the toilet. Like, it's just not normal. And at one point when I was living in Japan, I thought it was strange too. My vocabulary has changed. Like, in English, when I am talking, I call it the toilet. Where's the toilet? I need to go to the toilet. I rarely say restroom or bathroom anymore, which is such a big change for me. And then the second part of this is that the restrooms are just so vastly different in the US and in Japan. And for starters, I'm sure lots of people have noticed this, but in Japan's bathroom, the toilet room is literally private. Like, when you close the door, there are no spaces on the sides, there are no spaces underneath, sometimes there are no spaces like on the top. When you go to the toilet or when you go to the bathroom in Japan, you are literally in a concealed cubicle. But when you go to the toilet in the US, there are spaces everywhere. Like you can see people's feet on the sides, you can see people washing their hands while you are sitting in the toilet, you can see over the toilet door, you can see through the little teeny tiny cracks. In the US, when I have gone to the toilet, I kid you not, little kids will come up and look through the cracks of the toilet room to see me going to the bathroom. I mean, they're kids, so I'm okay with it. But yeah, it's just so different. There is complete privacy when you're going to the toilet in Japan, whereas in the US, you might get a few child peepers while you're on the potty. Lastly, transportation and shared spaces in Japan and in the US are just so vastly different. For starters, my experience using transportation in Japan has been so comfortable, so nice, so enjoyable. Like, taking the train in Japan is not an uncomfortable experience. People all sit nicely on the train. If people are talking, they are talking in a hushed tone. They are talking at a respectable level. When you get on the train, everyone knows to make space when you get on the train. Everyone knows to leave space when you're exiting the train. No one eats on the train. No one hardly drinks on the train. Everyone is being very respectful to the other people on the train. And so going from driving a car in the US to taking transportation in Japan has been a fairly easy transition, because transportation in Japan is so nice. But I have to remember that transportation is not nice everywhere, and I was reminded of this when I took the bus in Hawaii. I took the bus, the bus. I'll show you a picture. The bus. It's not the bus, but the bus. And it was interesting because my bus was late. When I got onto the bus, the seats were dirty. I had the pleasure of sitting next to a woman who was laying down on 3 seats eating a bowl of poke. I was shocked to see a woman having a full meal on the bus, just spread out, comfortable, with her shoes off. I could see her toes. I could see the color of her nail polish on her toes. I did get from point A to point B fairly safely, but it was a very interesting experience. So transportation is very different in comparison to Japan and the US. Those were some of the reverse culture shocks that I had experienced when back in the US for our wedding and our honeymoon. And that's not to say that there weren't plenty of others, because there were, but I feel like that should be a whole separate video. So if you want to see more about my experience with reverse culture shock, leave it in the comments. If there are enough comments for me to make a video about it, I will go ahead and I will make a video about that experience. But for now, just at the sake of keeping the video short, those are the 3 that I wanted to talk about today. I had a large break from YouTube due to my wedding and honeymoon, but I am excited to get back into it. And if you like this video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. I love to see your comments, so leave a comment below. And that is all for me today. I will see you guys next time. Bye!